Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 79th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. It's the usual 31k rules, no arty, no LAs, 3 Zerks max, 2 HAs max, and 6 cavalry max. The team I'm in today consists of RTW player Sacred Band Mortiner. Now, Sacred Band is an old clan. I didn't even know they were still going, but apparently they are still going, and he is a member of the old clan. I have never played with him before, so it'd be interesting to see how good he is. Our other teammate is Wolves Cappy. As you know, Wolves are a veteran clan, also a veteran clan of Rome Total War, and Cappy is a veteran RTW player. So he's always good when he plays. Then we have Greeks clansman Cleomenes, who has bought the Macedon faction, also another RTW veteran. And then myself, Spartan Commander, who has bought the Rome Scipii faction. So that's our team there. As you can see, 4 clan members. We don't play together. I don't think we've ever played together as a team before. So it should be quite interesting. But wait till you see the other team. I think this is going to be a great game for you to watch. And here is that other team. We have Heaven's member Greco, who has bought the Rome Brutii faction. We have Heaven's member Cornovi, who has also bought the Rome Brutii faction. We have Heaven's member Jack, who has bought the SPQR faction. And Heaven's member Sully, who has also bought the SPQR faction. So there you go. It's unusual these days to fight a 4v4 against all of the same clan. So you've got 4 Heavens member there, and they're all veteran RTW players. I always think that if you've got 4 of the same clan, it kind of gives them a little bit of an advantage because they're used to playing together, they know each other's gameplay, and they should be a great team. Whereas the 4 of us, as I said before, I've played with Cleo and Cappy, but not Mortiner. So it should be an interesting game to watch. At this very early stage of the battle, I thought I would show you a panoramic view of all the armies facing up to each other. As you can see, the enemy SPQR army in front of me has kind of split his army into 2. He's moving one of his mini armies over towards my right flank, and moving his other army kind of round to my left flank there, by the looks of it. My guess is that probably what he would like to do is probably use that small army to pilot Cleomenes' his pikemen there, because as you know that pilers do a lot of damage to pikemen. So yeah, should be interesting to see where he goes from there. Here is another panoramic view of actually what's happening there on the battlefield. Can you see this gap here between our allies, between Cleomenes and the Sacred Band, our Sacred Band teammate there? Now that's a nasty little gap to leave there. If you see a fast enemy general there, could run infantry and even cavalry through that gap and attack the flanks of either of our allies there. I think we need to plug that gap as soon as we can, because otherwise that could be trouble. If you notice here, Cappy has moved some of its units out to the far right there, probably to threaten the Brutii general, just to see what his reaction would be to that. So there's a big panoramic view of the whole battlefield and how the armies are squaring up to each other. But that gap there between us is a bit of a worry, because as I say, I bet all the veteran RTW players looking at this is thinking to themselves, whoa, you could probably get nearly a whole army through that gap. So I hope that Mortiner gets there fast. At this stage of the battle, you can see the enemy SPQR cavalry are charging into my front units of my army there, and if you notice, he's routed a few of my forward units there. What you might not see is that obviously I've put my infantry onto auto piler throw now, so there'll be a lot of pilers going into that cavalry. And if you notice that my ally Cleomenes has brought a couple of pike units across as well to help fight off the enemy cavalry there. That's a great teamwork move there by Cleomenes. But that SBQR cavalry would have suffered a lot of casualties there, not only in the fighting, but from the pilot hit that it got from my infantry as well. Plus Cleomenes was actually targeting their cavalry with his archers as well, so they would have lost a lot of cavalry in that engagement. Meanwhile, further up the battlefield, you can see that our Scipii teammate there is under a heck of a lot of pressure there from the enemy SBQR army there, and that is one massive cavalry charge just gone in there to our ally. Just hope he'll be able to hold there. As you see, he's sending in some more cavalry units of his own there to try and take the pressure off of his army. If you notice, the enemy SBQR cavalry are pulling back now as they've got the maximum charge bonus from that charge they've just sent in. My guess is that they will almost certainly recharge, if you like, and charge straight back in to get the maximum cavalry bonus. And there you go. You can see they're charging in again, and bang, straight into our Scipii teammate there. So there's a heck of a lot of action going on there in the centre. I just hope our teammate will be able to hold out. As you notice there, I've just charged my 6 cavalry units in as well to help our teammate out there. Take a bit of pressure off of him. If you notice now, I've decided I've got the full cav charge bonus there, and what I'll probably do any second is pull my cavalry back. As you can see now, I'm pulling them back now. Meanwhile, we're over on our left flank here. As you can see, the SBQR infantry are attacking there, and they've got some cavalry in behind us too. So then another bit of a panoramic view. If you notice, I'm sending my cavalry back in as I said I would do, and I'm aiming for the generals. As you know, if I can kill one of the enemy generals, then that will lower the morale of all his troops. So I've aimed for the general there. As you can see, my cavalry are penetrating quite well, but now they've come to a standstill. So there's no good leaving them there now fighting infantry. The best thing for me to do is pull them back out again. As you can see, I'm pulling my cavalry back out again, but I have the intention of just pulling them out, resetting them, and then charging them back in, and once again aiming for any enemy generals that I can kill there. As you know, those of you that's watched my other battle videos, you kill the enemy general, you lower the morale of his troops. You see now, I've reset my cavalry and I'm now charging again. I think I'm aiming for the Brutii enemy general here as my cavalry hits. And bang!
Gods be praised.
I think I've got the SBQR general there.
Fear makes a home in our enemies' hearts.
And possibly the Brutii general as well. So that was a successful cavalry charge there. I think I got both of their generals. So of course their troops' morale will now drop, and we should start seeing their units starting to rout there in the centre. So our Scipii teammate there did really well to hold as long as he did. If you notice that Cleomenes has taken a pike unit out to help him as well, once again showing what a great team player he is. And if you notice here, I'm just going to pause the game here a second, just so any new players watching this can see this. Can you see that the enemy Brutii infantry are fighting with my teammates Julii, red Julii infantry there, but all the enemy Brutii infantry are engaged and they've got their backs to me. So what my intention is to charge my cavalry into the rear of those Brutii infantry, hoping to rout as many units as I can. Any new players watching this, it's always good to look out for any enemy units that are engaged that you can see their backs so you can charge your cavalry into. Let's see what happens. As you can see, my cavalry charging in. And bang! As they hit home there, you can see they routed a couple of the Brutii units there. As you see, Cap is lost a lot of his troops there. He's got very, very battle damaged units, so as much help as we can give him he needs, really. But now I'm going to pull my cavalry back because I've got as much as I can at the charge bonus, and any new players watching this, you don't really want to leave your cavalry fighting infantry once you've done your charge. Just hit, leave it for a few seconds, make sure all your units are engaged, and pull them out. As you can see here, I'm going to charge in here just to attack that battle damaged enemy unit there, with a hope to try and rout it. And there you go. But once again, that's enemy infantry there. I don't really want to hang around wasting my cavalry fighting those, so I'm going to pull my cavalry back out. And here we are. I'm going to pause the game here so we can have a look in general and take stock of the situation. Here you can see our teammate the Julii against the enemy Brutii force here on our far right. It looks pretty balanced to me. It could go either there on our, either way on our right there. Then we move over to our centre, and our Scipii teammate, who's got a lot of really badly damaged battle units, are still fighting enemy Brutii infantry there. That could still be a bit of touch and go. You see Cleomenes has got his Macedon units in a defensive situation at the moment, and so is the enemy Brutii general there has put his men into Studo. And over here on the left you can see that I'm also in a bit of a defensive mode there, just waiting to see what the SBQR infantry is going to do here on our left. So that's a general picture of the battle so far, and let's see what happens next. As you can see over here on the far right, you can see that I'm charging my Scipii cavalry in again, with a view to smash into the back of the enemy, the fighting enemy Brutii infantry. I'm hoping to rout as many as I can, just to help my teammate Cappy out. As you can see, Cappy's got a few really battle damaged units left there. So any help we can give him, I'm sure will be greatly appreciated there. And any new players watching this, any new players to RTW watching this, it's all about teamwork and helping your teammates out, getting reinforcements to stress points on the battlefield, and just keeping an eye on your teammates, seeing what the situation is and helping out where you can. If you notice there, between Cappy and me now, we've pretty well taken out most of the Brutii force there on the right. But if you notice, our Scipii teammate in the middle now is fighting Brutii. And over on our left now, we've decided to attack. If you notice that I've come out of defense mode now with fresh infantry and are now attacking the SBQR enemy infantry. Also, Cleomenes has got some of his pike units in there as well. He's moved from defense into attack again. So we're both of us are attacking now with fresh troops against the enemy. And also over here you can see that Cleomenes has once again come out of defense mode and is now attacking the Brutii infantry there with fresh troops.
Allies have lost their leader.
Now if you notice there, our ally, our Scipii ally in the middle, has just had his general killed, and if you notice, all his units are routed. I'm just going to pause the game there. Any new players watching this, can you notice I was just charging my cavalry in there to help my teammate out, but because he's just routed, if I charge my cavalry into routing friendly troops, the chances are my cavalry's morale will drop and they will rout as well. So seeing the situation there, I have now decided I'm going to stop my cavalry charge and pull my cavalry out, as I don't want them to rout.
The enemy general is slain, and now he's.
So if you notice, I'm pulling away from the enemy Brutii infantry now. Our Scipii teammate did well in the middle to hold as long as he did, but after a gallant fight, his army's been now, I think, completely routed. Over on our far left now, if you've noticed that we've actually managed to defeat the enemy SBQR infantry that was there. If you notice, I'm running my Scipii army over now, my infantry over as fast as I can to help my teammates out. As I say, any new players watching this, if you play 2v2, 3v3 or 4v4, it's all about teamwork, helping your teammates out, keeping an eye on the overall battlefield, see where you can help and what units to send. If you notice, there's a lot of Brutii infantry left up in the right centre there, who will be forming up ready to face us. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send some of my infantry units to face them head on, to start fighting them head on, but also I'm going to send infantry units round the flank as well to come in on their flank. You don't need to send all your forces head on into a battle like this. Just think tactically, think about what you're going to do. If you notice, I'm sending those infantry units in the front just to try and hold those Brutii infantry while I move infantry round to the flank to come in on their flank. Once again, any new players watching this, it's quite a good tactic to do that. You don't need to take the enemy on head on all the time. Just move your infantry around. As you can see, I've got a lot of battle damaged units there, but I'm still going to move them around the flank. But I think what's going to really tell here is, if you notice, I've got my cavalry up at the back there. Now with Cleomenes coming in with his Macedon force, my infantry attacking, I would think when that cavalry hits, it's going to hit hard and cause a mass rout. If you notice, Cleomines has seen my cavalry come in, so he's upped his spears, because friendly spears will kill friendly cavalry, but he's upped his spears and just charged in with swords. If you notice my cavalry hit, smash, and the enemy Brutii infantry are all routing. That was a really good move by Cleomines, using his years of experience there to up his spears, knowing my cavalry were coming in, and just charging. So he was using the charge bonus of his infantry on that Brutii infantry, knowing my cavalry were coming in there. That was a good move by Cleomines. I'd just like to show you how big the battlefield was. If you look right from all over there, from that right flank there, and all the way across the battlefield, you can see how big the battle was. It was from one flank to the other. It was a massive battle. And there's a heck of a lot of dead on the battlefield there.
A day of victory, worthy of Rome and her armies. Our soldiers.
I would just like to say that was a really great battle to be in, and really well played to everybody in the game. I think you could see how well Heaven played there. They are a great clan, really well respected on RTW, and played really well together. I thought our mixed clan team did really well as well. Obviously I've played with Cleo and Cappy a lot, but I haven't played with Mortimer before, so it was kind of the four of us playing together kind of was a bit of an unknown quantity in respect of we didn't know how well Mortimer would do, but he did really well in holding in centre. And I thought great teamwork by Cleomines there. If you notice, he was moving his Master Pikemen all over the battlefield there, helping us out as much as he could, and really well played to Cappy on the right flank, that was holding so well and fighting so well on that right flank. As I say, really well played to the other team as well. It was a great battle to be in, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. This is Spartan Commander saying see you soon. Bye for now.